See the game more clearly with high-definition spectacle lenses from Norville Opticians.
Billy, the pre-season was long. You've had 5 games now. The rhythm is still a bit sort of stuttery, or it seems a bit stuttery. Are you frustrated it's taken a bit longer than you thought to get right?
Yeah, it has taken probably a little bit longer than we thought, but at the same time I think it is still early doors. It's a really long season, and we've still got a lot of games ahead of us. And we still do feel like we're in a good place. Obviously, with the loss last week against Northampton, that was a bit of a bummer, and it was a game of fine margins. And whilst we didn't get the result, we still feel like we did a lot of good things and got ourselves into good areas of the park. And unfortunately, we just didn't come away with the win.
So, what have been the, I use the word, the issues that Laurie and Nick Walsh have been highlighting?
I think it's just the main thing for us is converting opportunities. I think we're getting ourselves into really good parts of the pitch, getting into their opposition 22 a number of times throughout the game, and that's been the case in most of our games this season. But unfortunately, when we enter the 22, we're not coming away with points every time, and against top 4 teams, it's just not good enough, because we know that most of the time when they get into our 22, they are leaving with points, and as we saw on Friday night at Franklin's Gardens, that's enough to get you a result.
Combination-wise, you've been paired with Mark Atkinson, with James Hook, with Billy Twelvetrees. Clearly you train together all the time, but would it help if there were 2 of you in a consistent selection? Because there's almost that telepathic combination play that you get if that happens.
Yeah, I don't know, it's a tough one really. Obviously we're still trying to figure out what the best combination is, and I think with the depth in our squad, I don't think there is going to be a set combination at this stage. Obviously we're all sort of exchangeable, and we can all play in both the positions, and I feel like it's actually worked quite well so far this season, and everyone's done a job where they've been put. So look, we'll keep playing with those different combinations, and hopefully this week, whatever we go with, it'll be good enough to beat Sale at home.
So is it almost a horses for courses selection depending on the opposition then, do you think?
Potentially, yeah, I think so. I mean, no doubt the coaches are picking sort of the best combination that they think will be fit to beat the opposition on the week, that given week. And obviously, as you said, there's been a few changes, and I think it has been a bit horses for courses. We have chosen, the 15 best players. We think we can go and do a job on the weekend, and nothing will change this weekend.
Look at Sale's midfield. You've got the Maverick Cipriani and the straight running Tuitupu, perhaps.
Yeah, I think it's an extremely exciting sort of match-up for us. Obviously, as you mentioned, Cipriani's got a big bag of tricks, and we've certainly talked about that this week. And whilst we're not trying to focus on him too much, obviously we have to keep an eye out for him and what he brings to the table. And Tuitupu is a fantastic player and extremely physical, and that's just another job for the boys in the centres to sort of deal with that, and at the same time keep an eye on Cipriani.
How heavily does Sale lean on Cipriani, do you think?
Look, I think he's a big part of their game and a big part of the way they play, and obviously he's a fantastic player, but that's not taking anything away from the 14 other guys on the pitch. They've got extremely physical set piece, and we're not taking this lightly at all. Whilst it's a home game, and we feel like we're in a good place. There's no hiding that Sale finished on top of us last season, and they're an extremely good team, and they've looked like a good opposition this year so far. So look, we'll be flying into this week fully ready.